It's Thursday. It's all about you ladies. And how love makes you stupid.
I don't know that I even want to be included on this.
Well, but Jana, you've been in love and done stupid things, right?
Oh, you better believe it.
Boy.
Not as stupid as Joyce Mitchell. Joyce Mitchell is the woman that helped those New York murderers, the guys in prison in New York, escape. By bringing them, power
Hacksaw
tools and
blades and
hacksaws.
chisels.
And now she's in big trouble because of it. So what makes a woman's mind do stupid things when they fall in love? Well, this is where we go to our resident. Can we call you our resident love biologist, Dawn Masler?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Good, because we just did.
She is our resident love biologist who talks about really the science behind love and what it makes you do. So, Dawn, welcome to the show, and I'm sure you're following, the story. I mean, this is nationwide, the whole story of these guys escaping from prison, and then we find out that this Joyce Mitchell is in big trouble for helping them escape. They say love made her do it.
Correct. Right, which makes perfect sense because when you fall in love, and by the way, it's not just women, when anybody falls in love, parts of their brain shut down. The biggest part is the ventral medial prefrontal cortex.
Who?
That's the part. It's the judge, the part that judges your actions.
Oh.
Okay.
So when he says, "Hey, will you bring me a chisel?" she says, "Sure, that makes perfect sense. And maybe we'll break out of prison and we'll live happily ever after." And it makes sense because your judge is not working. And the other part of your brain is called the amygdala, which is the alarm system that should be telling you to be cautious, that should say, this may not be the right decision to make. But I needed to point out, Joyce Mitchell's not the only one who's done stupid things when it comes to prison life. There was a man named Joseph Andrew DeKeanip, who broke out of prison in Arizona in February 2014, and he put years onto a relatively minor offense so he could have St. Valentine's Day dinner with his girlfriend.
Wow, see?
Yeah, love makes you stupid.
And he was and just for the dinner, and then what and we've talked about the feeling we get when we're in love, that not only does it shut off those parts of our brains, but Dawn, this feeling is so elevated that we put it above everything, including logic and everything else, right?
Right. Your serotonin level drops. That's your happy hormone, but it drops to the level of someone with OCD. So you're actually obsessed. You want to be around that person all the time, so you're always thinking of ways to be around them, and then that would make sense where, hey, if I broke him out of prison, I could be around them all the time.
So is there any way to counteract that for somebody that maybe you go, oh, my friend, man, she's fallen in love with a bad boy who's really, really bad for her, and she can't see that. Is there any way to go, hey, this is how you fix that?
Normally not, unless there's something that really kind of breaks them out of that process where your brain finally goes, oh, look, this is crazy. You got to stop it, and it causes a shift in your chemicals. But besides that, it's usually just have to wait it out.
Oh, wow.
So it's almost like that person that's hypnotized, and you clap your hands, and they go, wait, where am I? What happened? We're kind of in that state. I mean, a more aware state, but when we're in love, we're kind of in that state that our surroundings or nothing can stop us from doing these stupid things.
Right, and the person you're with can do no wrong. Everybody else can say, look, the guy's a convicted felon, and you're like, oh, but isn't that exciting?
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
But he's a murderer. I know.
And
Isn't
he's
that
nice.
great?
And he's nice to me, even though she was most likely being manipulated. He was nice to me. I love this man, and that's not the man I know. I never knew the murderer. I just know this guy who's nice to me.
Right, he's not that bad.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, Dawn, well, this explains why there's so many bad decisions made in relationships, because love takes over our obsessions and our brains and all that stuff.
Right, I call it temporary insanity.
Yeah.
Which, you know what? Honestly, with the way you described it, somebody actually could get away with doing very bad things by saying, hey, I was in love.
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, biologically, there may be an offense, somebody using this in a defense someday.
I'll call you to my defense.
Dawn, will you testify at my wife's trial, okay? Because all the stupid things she does in life has to be because she's in love with me.
Oh, believe me.
That's the only reason I'm still around. Okay, well, Dawn Massler, our resident love biologist. It's always good to find out the science behind love, and we appreciate it. And we'll talk to you again, I'm sure, soon.
All right, thank you.